Hello United fans, welcome to the United Report, your go-to source for the latest news, match updates and transfer stories straight from Old Trafford. One man took all the praise amongst Manchester Evening News readers as Manchester United dumped Arsenal out of the FA Cup on Sunday. Ruben Amorim's side ended up securing a dramatic penalty shootout win, despite the game being marred by refereeing decisions, and supporters in our comments section reckon that Harry Maguire has done enough to warrant sticking around during the manager's rebuild, following his performance in the game. Maguire has answered manager Ruben Amorim's call to step up and be a Manchester United leader, with some great defensive performances of late. A controversial penalty call by referee Andy Madley saw him left fuming at Arsenal's Kai Havertz, but United were kept in the game thanks to one of several vital saves by Altay Bayindir. Centre-back Maguire had been lower down in the pecking order in United's defensive department in recent seasons under Erik Ten Hag, enduring a tough time and fierce criticism over his form. Since rejecting the possibility of a transfer out of the team and pledging to fight for his place in the team, his stock has begun to rise again. Fans are delighted with some of his recent showings in tough fixtures. Reader Garth123 writes, "I always have said, Harry Maguire suits the Amorim system far better than the old 4-3-3. In the Amorim system, he acts as the anchor centre-back, whereby pace isn't essential, but height is. Harry alongside De Ligt are forming a formidable partnership, and along with Lisandro Martinez, it's a platform to build upon." Commenter Nick in France says, "Lots of fans seem to diss Maguire, but the reality is, he's been our best defender this season. Another immense performance today. Not spectacular last-minute tackles, but commanding the penalty box so they aren't needed." Otago85 writes, "Well, so far, Harry Maguire, like Chris Woods, has reinvented himself. An outstanding performance again. He really needs to stay. Red Scott agrees. I think we may see a different Maguire under Amorim. The system suits him. A great game today by H. Roger C1 says, great spirited performance. Great defending by goalkeeper Maguire and De Ligt. Maguire in particular deserves great praise. He was jeered and mocked last year. To come back like he has shows huge character. Two great results. Ben 123456 can still see old complaints being repeated in the future. Maguire is a great defender. When we are looking to defend deep and force the opposition wide and into crossing the ball where he can use his aerial strength. However, if this team is to progress to challenging for and winning league titles, then the team needs to play more on the front foot and have a defence that can push up the pitch. In this scenario, Maguire becomes a liability again, because very simply, he has no pace and gets caught out by pacey forwards if we play a high line. Can't fault his attitude and application, and like Keane talks about a lot, he is an example of decent professional in the dressing room. It's all about if he wants to be a squad player. The crisp morning air at Carrington buzzed with energy as Manchester United prepared for their Premier League showdown with Southampton. Under the guidance of head coach Ruben Amorim, the Red Devils exuded focus and determination, a testament to the Portuguese manager's tactical acumen and emphasis on discipline. Amorim, known for his dynamic approach to training, led the session with a mix of energy and precision. With his clipboard in hand, he orchestrated drills designed to sharpen the team's pressing game and transition play. His instructions were clear and assertive, ensuring every player understood their role in his strategy. The session kicked off with high-intensity warm-ups, with fitness coaches pushing the squad to their limits. Marcus Rashford looked sharp in front of goal, displaying his signature pace and finishing, while Alejandro Garnacho added flair to the session with his fearless dribbling and clever movement. In midfield, Bruno Fernandes showcased his leadership, rallying his teammates with encouraging words and precise passes. The Portuguese maestro worked closely with Casemiro and Christian Eriksen, rehearsing quick passing combinations to unlock Southampton's defensive lines. At the back, Lisandro Martinez commanded the defensive unit with his usual tenacity and tactical awareness. His communication and anticipation were pivotal during defensive drills, ensuring the backline maintained cohesion. Diogo Dalot and Luke Shaw provided width in both defence and attack, delivering pinpoint crosses during tactical exercises. Amorim devoted particular attention to set-piece scenarios, aware of Southampton's proficiency in such situations. The team practiced defending corners and free kicks with unwavering concentration, while Rashford and Fernandes honed their accuracy on attacking set pieces. The training session wrapped up with an intense, small-sided match, designed to simulate real game situations. Amorim's focus on pressing and swift ball movement was evident, as he frequently paused the game to correct positioning and emphasize his tactical ideas. As the players left the pitch, sweat-soaked but energized, Amorim gathered them for a final pep talk. "This game is about controlling the tempo and staying composed," he said. "If we execute our plan and work as a unit, we'll get the result we need." With the team looking sharp and motivated under Amorim's meticulous leadership, Manchester United seemed ready to face Southampton with confidence and determination. Napoli are preparing a move for Manchester United star Alejandro Garnacho ahead of Khvicha Kvaratskhelia departure from the club. The Liverpool target, who appears bound for Paris Saint-Germain this month, told Antonio Conte that he wants to leave the Serie A side. The Italian revealed that he will not stand in his way. Kvaratskhelia asked the club to be sold, Conte said on Saturday. "I'm disappointed. It was a bolt from the blue. I don't want him to think I've chained him here. We're losing an important player. Conte has already established the player he wants to replace the Napoli talisman, however, and Garnacho could be available for sale. It has emerged the 20-year-old is no longer deemed as untouchable, and United are willing to deal should an offer arrive at the right price. A bid worth €50 million, £42 million, could prove enough after Conte identified his preferred target, and United set an asking price, per Sport Italia. Garnacho has found starts difficult to come by under Ruben Amorim. The youngster has been named among the substitutes for the Red Devils' last 5 matches, in addition to being dropped from the squad for the win over Manchester City in December. The winger would offer United the opportunity to rake in pure profit in profit and sustainability rules terms. Garnacho joined the club's academy as a 16-year-old from Atletico Madrid. United boss Amorim has previously suggested he would like to retain the services of the likes of Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo, whose future also appears in doubt. "I really love my players. I want to keep my players, especially the talented ones." He said, "It's a special moment in this club. It's a hard moment. But of course, I'm really happy with Kobbie. He's improving, and also with Garner. Our idea is always to keep the best players and the players that we build for this club. We know the position that the club is in at the moment, but we will see. I'm very happy. I like our players, especially the guys from our academy." Paris Saint-Germain were said to be potential suitors for Garnacho, having tracked his situation in recent months. The League One side's interest has not advanced, but it appears their move for Kvaratskhelia could trigger a transfer instead. Despite the speculation, Amorim did name Garnacho in his starting lineup to face Arsenal in the FA Cup third round on Sunday. The United boss included the Napoli target in a strong starting 11 to face the Gunners. Manchester United have pulled off a determined FA Cup victory after pushing Arsenal to penalties at the Emirates Stadium. Joshua Zirkzee scored the winning spot kick after Kai Havertz missed for the Gunners. The offside flag prevented Gabriel Martinelli from opening the scoring after he found the net in the first period. The Brazilian was left furious after he felt he took advantage of a deflection from Harry Maguire in a half that saw few chances. Arsenal showed little in the way of threat, and Manchester United served up a lesson early in the second half. Alejandro Garnacho drove into space towards the Gunners' box before laying the ball to Bruno Fernandes, who smashed the ball past David Raya. United went a goal up, but were soon a man down as Diogo Dalot put in a rash challenge on the halfway line to earn his second yellow card. Barely a minute later, Gabriel Magalhaes' strike deflected past Altay Bayindir to level the scores. Were brandished across the sides, Martin Odegaard saw his effort from 12 yards saved by Altay Bayindir. The goalkeeper proved a formidable force as Arsenal racked up chances, but extra time was required to separate the sides. Arsenal knocked on the door, but could not find a way past United's 10 men as the game ended with penalties. Mirror Football takes a look at the talking points to emerge from the game. It emerged ahead of the game that United's winger was a target for Antonio Conte and Napoli. The Serie A side are expecting Khvicha Kvaratskhelia to depart and want Garnacho to replace their talisman. The 20-year-old is available for sale, but was named in a scarcely rotated United side by Ruben Amorim. While want-away star Marcus Rashford was once again left out of the squad, Garnacho made his first start in more than a month. It appears that the Argentina international is still within the thought process of Amorim, and he showed flashes of the attacking value he can bring. Garnacho was pivotal in the build-up to United's opening goal, with a direct run up the right flank, ensuring the side's counter-attack did not go to waste. Both Arsenal and Manchester United have been widely linked to new strikers in the transfer window, and neither appears particularly close to signing one. Gabriel Jesus and Rasmus Højlund started the game looking to prove their value to their respective managers, though the former was sharing his time leading the line with Kai Havertz. That Jesus was on the right flank and that Højlund was starved of service perhaps tells its own story in many ways. With the Brazilian being added to Arsenal's injury list after being stretchered off before the end of the opening 45 minutes, the Gunners are down another attacking player. Both sides lacked a presence up front, albeit for differing reasons. Given the time they spent in control of the ball, it may be Arteta who is screaming for a difference maker for the rest of the season. Havertz's 88th minute miss may prove the most persuasive argument Arsenal's injuries one day and 3 new injuries. Riccardo Calafiori was ruled out with a muscular issue before a ball was kicked, while Jesus was carried from the field with a knee injury after falling from a tangle with Bruno Fernandes. Perhaps most worryingly of all was when Martin Odegaard started to hobble before half-time. The Denmark international looked ready to leave the field, but with scant time remaining until the break, he persisted on the pitch and did ultimately emerge once again. Given how Arsenal handled his absence earlier this season, there will have been a sigh of relief that Bukayo Saka was not joined on the sidelines by his creative teammate. Odegaard was not able to take advantage and missed a penalty in the second period, however. The players they are already missing appears to be enough for Arteta to contend with for the moment, with Jorginho adding to his concerns after needing to be substituted during extra time. There will be no FA Cup trophy to spare Mikel Arteta from any pressure he could face at the end of the season. Last term, Erik ten Hag was afforded an extended stay at Old Trafford after victory in the domestic cup, while the world's oldest cup competition remains the only major trophy Arteta has earned with the Gunners. Winning the competition would be unlikely to solidify either manager as a legend, but could have been a useful tool to earn some breathing room. Before this game, Arsenal had been eliminated from the FA Cup at the third round stage in 2 of the last 3 seasons, something that had only happened once in the previous 25 campaigns. The pressure just ramped up for Arteta to land a Premier League title or face questions of another trophyless season. Amorim, meanwhile, can target domestic cup glory for a 3rd season in succession for United. There have been persistent rumours of United wanting a new goalkeeper to challenge Andre Onana, and Sunday saw Altay Bayindir attempt to pour cold water all over them.